So in this video, we're going to see how to do a simple regression in StatTools. A simple regression has only one x variable as opposed to many x variables. I'd like to now do a regression of Southwest returns against JetBlue returns. So Southwest will be the dependent variable. JetBlue is going to be the independent variable. So I go to regressions. I've already loaded the dataset, by the way. Choose regressions. And notice that it says I and D. So I stands, of course, independent variable. And I scroll down and I see that the box for Southwest returns is checked under dependent variable. If you want, you can tell Excel to artificially set the constant equal to 0. This is usually not a good idea unless you know for a fact that statistically, somewhere in the population, the constant should be 0. So one place that you might see it is the capital asset pricing model does not have a constant. And if you feel that a certain stock obeys the capital asset pricing model assumptions, it should not have a constant. So you would in that case check the box. Otherwise, you should leave it as it is. I'm going to uncheck these because these are not so interesting. Later in the course, we'll see how to do predictions. So right now, we just leave it as it is. And we say OK. The window blinks a few times and out comes an output. So it's telling you that the intercept, this is your beta 0 coefficient, is 0.003. Your slope coefficient or beta 1 is 0.277. The fact that you have a t-value of 0.4573. So the way you would read this is, remember the 1.96 rule. At 95% confidence, if the t test or the t-stat is less than 1.96, we will reject the null hypothesis. Sorry, we would fail to reject the null hypothesis. So the null hypothesis for this one, t-value, is the null, here is this, that the constant behind the scenes is equal to 0 and the slope is equal to 0. So according to this value, since the t-value in the constant is less than 2, we fail to reject the hypothesis that the true value of the constant is 0. This t-value of this is more than 2, which means that the true value of beta 1 in the population is not 0. That means we reject the null hypothesis. And the r squared of 0.1682 means that 16.82% of this variation in Southwest returns has been explained by a linear model involving JetBlue returns.